Welcome to the Arizona Cardinals 2-minute drill. Dave Pasch alongside Ron Wolfley. The Cardinals still looking for their first win of the season. Where do you think it went wrong today for the Cardinals? Because they actually had the lead early in the third.
You know, honestly, I thought they were doing a decent job in the first half at the line of scrimmage and bottling up Christian McCaffrey. I know that he gained 4 here, he gained 5 here, but they were doing a nice job, I think, mitigating the damage of the Carolina Panthers and their ability to run. In that second half, it got a little sideways on them. Christian McCaffrey started gashing them for 76 yards and a touchdown. They had 75 yards the entire game before that run. I thought they did a nice job against Christian McCaffrey, and then in that second half, I thought it got sideways.
Right, that made it 28-20, and the Cardinals never scored again. Meanwhile, Kyler Murray in the fourth quarter struggled. Don't know if that's because they were playing from behind. He was getting pressured a lot, got sacked a handful of times in the fourth quarter. What did you see?
I saw the same thing you did right there. I saw a guy that started to take his eyes off of coverage, of course, and look at the rush around him. It's a very rookie thing to do, and I don't know if I really blame him, because once they became one-dimensional, the Carolina Panthers, those guys were fired up. They started pass rushing and getting in their lanes and getting to Kyler Murray, and that certainly had an impact on him. I thought it was the first time that Kyler Murray actually looked like a rookie in the fourth quarter, and it took him 3 NFL games to do it, so that's a good thing.
I know I'm speaking for you. I don't know how the team feels, but it was very encouraging, even though they lost week 2 in Baltimore. I went from so encouraged to very discouraged, but look, it's a long season. Hopefully the Cardinals can get things turned around. They get Seattle coming in next. That'll do it for the Arizona Cardinals 2-minute drill.
Larry Fitzgerald into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
It's all about the blocking. Watch the 3 guys up front. We'll switch release. Larry Fitzgerald's everyone physical.
Larry, you've played with so many quarterbacks, and you know that there are steps you take and sometimes steps back and sometimes, to make other steps. What do you think of Kyler's performance today?
I think we didn't do enough to help him. We didn't make the plays that we made in the first 2 weeks for him. And as a skilled player, you take a lot of pride in doing that. And we just didn't make enough for him to get things going and make the game easier for him.
What was the difference in the last 5 drives? It seemed like you guys didn't have the same life you had in the first half.
Well, Carolina plays a very methodical style of defense. They're not going to let you get over the top. They're going to keep everything in front of you. They're going to tackle. They want to put you in, get you behind the chains. They don't believe that you can go 7, 8, 9, 10 plays in a row without making a penalty, without dropping the ball, without doing something wrong to beat yourself. And they play a bend-don't-break defense, and you get behind. It makes it difficult because they really make you stress.
What about the interception with you and Kyler? Who's you?
I gotta get my head turned around faster. That was on me. I gotta be more alert of the coverages and be able to make that play for him.
Any particular takeaway you think the team should learn from this one? Still a young team.
Yeah, we're a very young team. We got a lot of football left in front of us, and obviously this is not the way you want to perform, especially at home, in front of your home crowd against a team that 0-2 team that lost their starting quarterback. You have to come out and perform better. But we got another opportunity against in Division 4 next week in Seattle, and we'll be ready to play.
What is it going to take to get the reward? Because the reward is obviously a win.
Mm-hmm. Well, just putting together 4 quarters of football. I know offensively, we got to put more points on the board. We got to take advantage of the opportunities that we do have. We left some plays out there on the field today, and we got to capitalize on that stuff.
McCaffrey spins for a 4-yard gain. There's that familiar look with McCaffrey starting out wide, coming back behind Allen. McCaffrey wrapped up right away by Hassan Reddick. Split to the top of your screen. Allen looks that way. And that play broken up almost immediately. Hassan Reddick, nice defensive play by the linebacker there. There's Samuel in motion, so he's split out wide to the right. That one incomplete. Allen on 3rd and 5. Blitz coming. Ball down on the ground. Looks like Allen recovers it. Chandler Jones, the guy that knocked it out, you can see a smiling Allen on the ground.
You know, they outplayed us. You know, they were better than us today, so.
You guys moved the ball pretty well early, but you had, I think, 71 total yards in the second half. What changed?
You know, when they went up by 15 or whatever, kind of got one-dimensional, and you know, easy for them to kind of just play coverage. You know, field position was kind of tough, so at that point it was just, you know, we're dropping back, and you know they know we're passing the ball, so it's just kind of tough.
I know on tape you guys thought you couldn't get behind them too often, so you kept it short. How hard is that? How tough does that make it on you guys?
I mean, you saw what we did the first half. You know, everything was all there. It was easy. You know, even though they were kind of not letting us get behind them, you know, we did whatever we wanted to pretty much. It was just, you know, complimentary football. We got to be better at it.
After that, how come you guys weren't able to do?
We got down.
Is that a good sign moving forward? Where if teams do that strategically, you feel like you kind of dink and dunk and beat them?
I think, you know, we just did what, you know, we had to do today as far as, you know, taking what they were, you know, as far as that, you know, me just taking what they were giving me. You know, late in the game, the interception, just trying to, you know, down 15, just trying to make a play. Obviously forcing stuff, but yeah, I mean, when you get down like that, it's just, you know, it's tough because you can't really run the ball. So.
How are you physically after?
Fine.
You ran today when you had to run, or was it design stuff?
A little bit of both.
You like that element added to the offense with that?
I mean, I thought it, you know, got us going a little bit early in the game. Kind of, I mean, we were in it the whole time till late. So.
Getting there in the fourth quarter, was it more timing was off, communication was off on some of those?
I mean, they did a good job over there on offense. You know, they kept scoring, and we didn't.
On the first interception, was that a miscommunication with you and Fitz?
I mean, for me personally, I kind of thought it was. I mean, the guy ran into him, but I guess, you know, that's on me.
Are you okay being the leading rusher on this team?
You know, whatever. I mean, we didn't win, so not okay. No.
You said winning is everything for you. How difficult is this right now? You haven't lost a lot of football games in a long time.
No, it's tough, but, you know, understanding that's the process, and I'm, you know, stay the course.
Anything you can do to get the fact that the offense didn't get too out of whack until, like you said, the obvious pass situations. Is that the silver lining where you still feel like when they don't know what's coming, we can move the ball?
I mean, I think we can move the ball regardless. It just kind of got predictable in the end. You know, they were pinning their ears back, and they got to me a couple of times. So, for the most part, it was, you know, it was a game. So.
Anything you can do to get Fitzgerald more involved throughout the game?
You'd have to ask Coach that.
Connor, obviously not the start that you guys wanted, but there's a lot of football left to be played, division games left to be played. Is that the mindset you have moving forward? Is that what you focus on?
Yeah, I mean, we got to win next week.
Allen under pressure goes down and loses the ball. Chandler Jones in the backfield, and the Cardinals recover first turnover of the game as they were on the edge of the red zone. Chandler Jones.
Yeah, you know, it's tough to play behind the sticks. You know, penalties, especially when you start the drive and you start to get backed up. It's just hard to, you know, get the run game going, and, you know, it kind of switches up what they do against us.
Did you feel like there was a time tonight or today when you were in a rhythm offensively, things were going well?
First half for sure, and then, you know, especially I felt like we came out second half fast too, and then, you know, we had the interception, and, you know, things kind of, you know, took a change right there.
Did you feel like you had that 50-yard ball?
Yeah, I just, you know, wasn't expecting Trey to be there, wasn't expecting the contact, but I know that's the catch that I got to make for Kyler, and, you know, I'm going to make it in the future.
Was the plan to keep it short?
What was that?
Was the game plan to keep it short?
Passing-wise?
Yeah.
It's just what the defense gives us. You know, they weren't really letting anything behind them, and they've shown that on film, so we knew we kind of had to, dink and dunk and, get our run game going if we were going to be successful.
It looked like you came out in the first half and kind of hit the perimeter a lot, like really going after the outside. Is that part of the plan?
Yeah, we got a lot of speed, so that's always going to be a strength of ours, and getting the ball on the perimeter, and just getting our guys the ball in space.
Kyler used his legs for the first really time tonight. I know it wasn't a win, but do you see positives with him doing that, moving on?
Yeah, he'll use them, when he can, and obviously the main thing is him just being smart, not taking hits that he doesn't need to take, but he does a great job, getting the first down and getting out of bounds.
What was it like to see Kyle Allen have a successful day like he had, 4 touchdowns?
Bittersweet. Obviously I'm so proud of him and what he's able to do and leading that team. But it's tough when you're on the losing end, and we just got to go back to work on Monday and focus on Seattle now.
They did a great job, obviously, in the second half, but I felt like we had some plays to be made, and started with that first drive, and got a field goal, and then threw the interception, and we look up, we're down 15, and playing catch-up once again, ended up trying to throw it a bunch to try and come back, and weren't very successful. So just didn't play very well in any phase, and we've got to get better.
Are you surprised by the performance given the way you played the last 2 weeks?
I felt like, are you talking about just overall? Yeah, I felt like we were going to play better than we did, obviously. I felt like we had a good plan in place. They came out and executed at a high level. You got to tip their hat to that team, backs against the wall, and they played a heck of a game. But we've got to get better in every phase. We got to coach better. We got to play better, and so there's a lot to be learned from that one.
How damaging was it that when you did score offensively, they answered, I think, all 4 times?
I don't think it was damaging. We just have to be able to respond. They had a great plan. Kyle Allen played a great game. The running back is a tremendous player at tight end. And so I felt like we had our opportunities. Once again, in the fourth quarter, offensively, we had to abandon the run a bit to try and catch up. And they pinned their ears back, and it was tough sledding from there. But we have to get better in a hurry. We've got a great team coming in next week.
I think Kyler lost his focus a little, or maybe got flustered late, Cliff.
I'm not sure. I'll have to watch the film. I felt like we didn't help him out, getting down 15 and having to throw it every play, and they pinned their ears back and played some zone coverage behind it. And they're a good football team when they make you one-dimensional, and that's what they want to do. And they did it, and we played it in their hands. And so I'll have to watch the film on the decision-making, but you can't do that against that football team.
It was early, but did the McCaffrey long touchdown run kind of feel like a backbreaker?
You don't want to have that happen, clearly, but there was plenty of game left, and the way this team has responded the last couple of weeks, I thought we would respond again, and unfortunately we didn't.
What worked well on that first drive?
First drive of the game?
Offensively.
I think when we can run the football and mix it up with some play action, do different things, we're a lot better. But unfortunately, the first 3 weeks we've been behind and had to abandon it and not stayed on schedule like you'd like, and that's something we've got to work on.
Did Carolina purposely take away some of the deep shots that you guys had done previously and make Kyler look closer to the line of scrimmage on some passes?
We had a couple of deep shots. We just didn't, they were there. We didn't make the plays, unfortunately. But I think they had a plan and wanted to keep things in front of them and did a good job. And we ended up making errors, and they had a bunch of TFLs that put us in third and long situations that were hard to overcome.
You talked last week about covering tight ends and how that's been a problem and continues to be a problem. Is it just guys aren't covering? Is it schemes or guys getting lost in coverage? What's going on with tight ends?
I'm going to have to look at the film to see exactly what went on today, but we have to get that cleaned up. I mean, that's 3 weeks in a row that we haven't been able to slow down. Their tight ends, they're premier players, but still, we've got to do a better job of that.
When Kyler's your leading rusher, he has 69 yards rushing, I think.
I mean, that's part of his game. Once we got off schedule, had to abandon. I thought we were running the football well. I thought David was having a nice game, but we got down by 15 and started throwing it, and it didn't go very well after that.
Back to the tight end question, are you confident you have the personnel to cover the tight end, or are you a little worried that you're asking people to do what they might not be able to do?
I think, once again, I'll have to see the film, but when that's happened 3 weeks in a row, we have to have an answer, and we didn't have one today. And that's something as coaches we've got to do a better job evaluating and playing coverages and different things that can help that.
You got enough pressure on Kyle Allen. There were times when you did, obviously.
There were times, some big strip sack type situations, but he stood in there and made some great throws, and they protected him, I thought, fairly well for the most part. But you got in his kind of second start, you got to tip your hat to how well he played.
Anything you can do to give Fitzgerald more opportunities?
Yeah, I think you always want to try and find him, but the game didn't go that way, unfortunately. And he's a guy that anytime you get it close, he tends to make a play, and we'll continue to lean on him as the season goes on.
Kyler's first interception, do you know what that was? Was that a misread by Kyler or a receiver? Or?
No, it was just a bit off. Once again, I'll have to kind of watch the film to see exactly what happened, but ball went high, and the guy made a good play on it.
Any quick decisions on the right tackle rotation?
No, I'll have to see the film. I think at times held up well, but I'll have to watch the film to keep.
I appreciate that you've got to watch the film. I appreciate that. Your gut reaction on the second pick, it seemed to me like that was a frustration throw. Am I wrong there? Did I see that wrong?
Once again, I saw what you saw on the field. I'll have to see the exact coverage. That kid made a great play on the ball, but you can't throw interceptions down there, and we understand that, and we'll be better for it.
I appreciate the severity of Andy Lee's injury.
It's all I know is it's a hip flexor, so we'll see where that goes.
When you go off schedule, how much changes from your end?
When you get down like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to not sub and save time, and they're a defense that's set up to take advantage of that when they can pin their ears back with that front and play coverage behind it and keep things in front of it. So we got off schedule, and you saw what happened.